Dumb link is you buying. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm considering more upsides having a wonderful day on this 3rd May 2025. Today we're tasting something that I didn't think I was gonna be tasting, and it is a limited edition Miss Vicky. Now, why am I saying this is because Miss Vicky, you guys know I've been tasting them on the channel. You guys know that I love Miss Vicky. Funny story, and I know I said it before, but I don't care. We have a store next to my house, kind of close to my house. Well, really close, walking distance. It's a couple minutes. Yesterday we went to the store. We left the house at 50, and we were there at 54, and it closed at 11, right? So Miss Vicky at the store next to my house, they would sell a lot of Miss Vicky, and it was the chip that they sold the most, like the most variety of. There was like 7 or 8 variety of Miss Vicky. So this is the first time in possibly 10 years that I see a limited edition Miss Vicky. First one of the first time. Now this Miss Vicky suffers from the duality syndrome. So this best quality is his worst quality. So Miss Vicky has been doing the same chip for years and years and years and years. It is very reassuring to know that a company doesn't release new products. For example, to me, and again, this is my opinion. But somebody that release products almost on a daily, almost on a weekly, almost on a monthly, right? It's not good because you're like, dude, are you that insecure about your own product, right? So a company like Miss Vicky, who is a company like Miss Vicky, who's been around since 1987, it's written on the thing. It is reassuring. However, you get into a weird thing where Miss Vicky is at the same time a comfort food, but something that you don't really ask yourself. It's like, oh well, I don't know what to eat. Okay, well I'll eat a craft dinner, or I'll eat a pizza, or I'll eat a burger. It's something that lacks inspiration, right? And you have to choose. Either I'm getting too many product out, either I'm not getting enough product out, and because we're not getting any product out, then people will think that my stuff is boring, right? Do I think that Miss Vicky is boring? Absolutely not. Do I think that some people think that it's boring? Kinda. So I'm gonna be telling you guys a completely pie seal, lab speed. I'm gonna tell you guys a completely different story. Okay. Now this, and I do mean this with the most respect. You remember going to your grandma's house, to your grandfather's house? They had those cookies, and they had next to no taste, right? Next to no taste. But it was similar to comfort because it was at your grandparents' house. This is what this Vicky is for me. It's a great thing. And yeah. So the first bag of Miss Vicky potato chip was crafted in Canada, created in Canada in 1987, and to this day they're still kind of cook one batch at a time. They selecting farm grown potato. That's actually pretty good because you want Canadian potato, and you want them to support local farms. We craft the recipe with care using quality, simple ingredients. We use special packaging so the chips stay crunchy and taste fresh and great. Try all our premium flavor to elevate your snacking moments. We hope that you enjoy them as much as we do. Look at this. And now the limited edition is harvest cheddar and jalapeno. You guys know that one of my favorite pepper, if not my favorite pepper, and it is my favorite pepper, is jalapeno. You guys know that I actually like cheddar, so this is supposed to be good. Now, what is the difference between harvest cheddar and cheddar? You're asking the wrong guy. I'm a food enjoyer, not a food creator. So on paper it should be good. Now, the Miss Crunchy, what you're looking for, look at the packaging. It's actually really nice. When I have a Miss Vicky, what I expect is a very crunchy, very crunchy, and we do have a similar experience. Miss Vicky, the best thing that they have is every single flavor is different, but every single chip is kind of the same. So you'll have the same texture, you'll have the same crunchiness, right? You don't deal with fucking ripple and shit like that. Now there is a problem with that. We already had jalapeno with Miss Vicky, they're one of my favorites, so I should be able to identify the jalapeno very quickly. I'm smelling cheddar, I'm not smelling jalapeno. It smells good though. Without further ado, Mmm. 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 Okay. Mmm. The vegetable chip that I had were not great. A little bit bland. And these are great. You got the classic Miss Vicky chips. I really like them because they're a bit sweet. The potato in itself is kind of sweet, right? That's great. Second of all, are we still doing that? Okay, cool, cool, cool. She's 3:27. Okay, I have an hour left. So basically, I say basically way too often. You get the sweetness of the potato, which is really, really, really nice. You kind of crave that feeling. You kind of crave that taste. The jalapeno is nice, however, it's very absent. So the jalapeno is absent, but in the best of ways. So what is the best of ways? You do taste the peppery. You do taste the very specific, almost skin. So you know when you eat a olive sometimes are pretty boring. Take out the olive juice. Just take the olive, the non-salted olive. Pretty boring, right? With these, the jalapeno, take out the seed, take out the spices. You do get a taste of pepper, which is actually quite nice. So you do get that. You get a little heat from the jalapeno. I would have preferred a deeper jalapeno texture, or a deeper jalapeno flavor. My apologies. You get enough flavor to be to acknowledge the fact that there is jalapeno. You don't get enough to be really like, okay, well, I'm craving the jalapeno from these. The cheddar is the actual bigger taste, and the cheddar actually is quite nice. For some reason, it feels creamy. For some reason, it tastes like cheese should do. Like the whole experience is actually quite nice because you're getting a mixture of two ingredients that works well together. The jalapeno, although barely there, your brain. Okay, let's say it like that, right? You've had fucking nachos with jalapenos. Nachos usually contain cheese. You had Cheetos with jalapeno, which is cheese and jalapeno. So you know, your brain knows that jalapeno and cheese works together. So even though the jalapeno isn't there, or isn't as much there as you would want to, you kind of taste it. You know, kind of like, okay, well, you know what? I know you're there. I know you're there. We're playing hide and seek, but I know you're there. It's actually quite nice. The sweetness of it is really cool. Mm. 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 And it's so odd. There's this weird thing I cannot put my finger on. It's quite pleasant though. It's kind of it's really nice. It almost doesn't feel like it is the flavor that they say it is. It almost doesn't feel like, okay, well, this is something I'm gonna enjoy. It almost doesn't feel like anything that you're expecting it to feel like, but it's quite nice. And I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but let's put it in a way that makes a lot of sense. I think they you know, it's actually quite nice. It's such a hard thing to put. Again, I didn't have chips in a while, so I'm quite unfamiliar with the chips, the taste of chips. The oil is kind of spicy, which is nice. I think that they bank on the fact that you know what cheddar is, and I think they bank on you knowing what jalapeno is, and because you know what those two flavor is, you identify them a lot. But more than anything, it's. I'm so confused. I'm so not confused, but so yeah, confused is actually a great word, because I was expecting an explosion of flavor. It isn't. It's still flavorful, but I think that most people will enjoy a more subtle flavor. The subtlety of it, they did this. They did something that is quite hard to do. They're subtle, but in your face, and that is crazy. I don't know how they do it. They did it. Now, the final thoughts, they're really nice. Are really nice. Wow. Well, this is there. as much as I love these, I think my problem with these are, if it was anything else than Miss Vicky, I would not have liked it. The baked potato, the oil that they use is simply amazing. It's quite good. Would I eat it on a daily basic? No. Would I eat it on a weekly basic? No. Would I eat it on a monthly basic? Possibly. However, it's not my favorite. However, I'm glad we tasted it, and I think it's an acquired taste. The first chips I didn't like. We have these, and these, the most that you eat, the saltier it is, the less enjoyable they become. These are the opposite. The more you have, and also I'm repeating myself, but Miss Vicky, what they do, which is really really clever. Again, I think this is only Miss Vicky that does it. For some reason, the oil lasts in your mouth. So the more you eat about it, the more it tastes. It intensify. So with this, the more you eat in the bag, the better it is. And with this, the more you eat, the less, the worse it becomes. I would much rather. It's spicy. It sucks because I have to compare to another one. Both wouldn't be cheap that I eat on a daily. However, if I had to choose, I would choose the Harvest cheddar by far. It's really good. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.